go live. Boom, and we're live. There we go. Desktop audio, that's you, I think.
Oh,
Could, for some odd reason, you were a bit quiet on the last one. I don't know if it was just me because I've messed around with audio or.
I'm not sure.
But yeah. Episode 5.
Yes.
Which is kind of weird because I didn't think we'd be able to talk about anything like for this long. Especially. Well, I was about to say one subject, but it's never one subject of it. It's always definitely
It's of everything.
a lot more than one. But it's it's been all good. You have seemed a bit stressed over the past few days, like with shit. But I just don't know if that's
Oh,
gaming as well, because gaming's been really stressful the past few days, and you know what I mean by that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's that. It's, well, for the past God knows how many years, I've just done gaming, not spoke to anyone on my phone, no nothing. No input from the outside world. And then now we're doing podcasts, we're doing gaming, I've got talking with other people, and it's everything all at once just makes my head just go boom.
it's a big shift. Yeah,
Big change for me, yeah.
which is good.
But
It's
oh
good.
yeah, it
It's a good
definitely
thing.
gets me out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about the other day when people were asking me like, why do I do it with Tom? Because some people were just like, my sister was like, uh, you talk quite a bit, and I'm just like, I'm just waiting for Tom to get out of his comfort zone and then just like get into it because
Yeah, just end up. Yeah, that's the thing.
it's not his
It's
normal thing.
definitely out of my comfort zone doing this.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, this year, my New Year's resolution, if you want to put it that way, is to go out and socialise more. Pandemic hit.
No, bro, that's not. Imagine that being one of your goals to go
It
socialise
was
more.
January. New Year's resolution: go out, socialise more, go to the gym, do this, do that, and then next thing you know, it's right.
What?
You're stuck at home.
Stuck at home. We can't socialise, so we have to socialise in weird ways.
Yeah. So, but this whole topic of you know the paranormal, the haunted places, and things like that is totally new to me. So my knowledge of information on this subject is somewhat um, elusive on this subject.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I think gaming pod once we get the gaming podcast started as well. I think to be honest, we would both be a bit more comfortable
Yeah,
like going into it because, like I say, with games and stuff. But it's like no, I agree. Most people like it's kind of hard. It's kind of awkward as well trying to talk. Not not awkward in the way most people perceive it to be, but you know when you're trying to just have a conversation with someone, just anybody who doesn't really know anything on the subject, it seems like it always seems one-sided a little bit, but it's just not. It's just because no one. You're learning. You're just soaking in information. So
yeah, and that's what I've been trying to do these past podcasts, and it can get overwhelming at times because there's so much to take in from witchcraft spells to spirits to demons to rituals and things like that. It's mind bending.
yeah, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. It's like I presume some people who watch it, it's a lot as well. It's just a lot of just technically like verbal diarrhea because the minute you don't know what anybody's talking about, it's just like a bomb. And we know that firsthand. Like, and I'm gonna call Scott out right now. Like, and if you're watching this, Scott, it's not a bad thing, mate. But like that, so some people like will struggle to follow Scott because he's just constantly. Well, he's a good conversationalist. Like it's just
Yeah,
so.
and I seem to just pipe up every so often, and people just start laughing.
Yeah,
So
like, but it's I don't know, it's all right. Everyone's been a bit of a weird mood anyway since we played that game, since we played that silly freaking whatever game it was, like that Jackbox party thing. Like everyone's been in like such a banter mood. You can't even say anything without just getting like
I know it's been weird because I didn't actually play the Jackbox. I just watched it on stream.
yeah. It was like
So
I needed like I needed a few days to decompress because it got sprung on me. It was like, oh, Scott was like playing this game. I was like, can I play it on my PC? Yeah, right, sweet, go on my PC. And then I went from nice conversation with people to then having to be like a right horrible, disgusting person for about 3 hours
Yeah,
just to
you've
win,
got to be.
just to
It's
win.
like Cards Against Humanity. You've got to be as brutal as possible.
Yeah, but at least you got like cards to choose from. Like there's a
Yes,
limit. With this, there was no limit. It's whatever's on your mind, and you just
that's
whack
what makes it dangerous
put it out
streaming
there.
that stuff.
That's what I mean. Everyone was Scott was saying like, oh, it's well, it shouldn't be like because it's I think it was like 12 plus or something.
Yeah,
And like I was like, bro, whether Ross gets banned or not, right? It's not because of that. It's literally like how we play it should not be played. Like when they say 12 above, it means like a jokingly way, not oh. I can't even. I'm not even gonna say the things I want to say that was coming
the
up
most brutal way possible.
because it was ridiculous, but it was fun. So if everyone's still in that mood, that's why. So if you'd like so, but it's kind of alright. But yeah.
Yeah, the past few days I've seemed to be a bit more stressed out, like you pointed out on Xbox. I don't know what. I'm trying to figure out ways still of decompressing.
Yeah, it's
But
definitely. I think that's just it. Just, mate, you need to do what I did. I like when I first met this one. Uh, yeah, I didn't go on. Like I needed to decompress. That's so it was good because I could talk to her, and then I don't think I came on Xbox for like 5 days
yeah,
or even gamed because it was just oh, it was getting ridiculous. It was getting and especially like we're alright because it's well you and Scott are got less decom. You know, because you're always in like you tend to be in one party, so you're always around like technically around like the same group of people. Whereas
yeah,
like me switching from your party to then being in one with Tristan, Harvey, and everyone to then being in one with Steven and Cameron and all them lot, I was just like, nope, turn Xbox off. Like, I'm not doing it.
yeah.
Not freaking even attempting this. So,
No, it can get a bit much.
so it's good.
Because I've been in parties with Stephen and that, he just gets so loud and leery.
I don't mind lad. I don't mind lad. I can't do stupid. I can't do stupidity. I literally can't. I can't do people being like, oh, we've found the cure for every type of cancer, but the government of just keeping it in some secret. Go the fuck away. Go away. Seriously, go away. Like you hurt my head. Like it's ridiculous. But yeah, I don't know. You probably just need to like you say decompress a little bit and just get everything out there and just relax.
Yeah.
So, so yeah.
But trying to find the right method just takes a little bit of time.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course it is. It's gonna be. I think you know what the silliest thing is. I think everyone's a bit stressed out. Like literally, you know, because everyone can't do anything. Like you're stressed out. I'm less stressed out now, but I was stressed out. But I'm gonna be more stressed out trying to figure out flights to America, trying to get visas sorted out, trying to figure
Oh
out.
yeah, that's gonna be a bit. I don't even know when they're starting to do flights and things. Cause my sister has said that the borders are still locked down.
Yeah, so we can go Germany, Greece, Spain. I think now. So obviously we're
Right.
alright European countries, but far away countries. It's just so my stress level is gonna hit the fucking roof when that happens
Yeah.
because it's still not going to be organised. It's not gonna, even when when flights open up again, like first
Yeah.
like because it won't be 100% capacity. Like they won't open at 100%. There'll be like odd flights. There'll be like so it's going to be so it's going to be nice because it's going to be so organised, being like got to go there to there to there in like queues and then like going through security and baggage claim and stuff. It's going to be more organised.
Yeah.
But it's going to be unorganised to shit. It's going to be just like chaos trying to get there and just trying to figure out where you're going, what you're doing. Gonna look like everyone's gonna look like freaking doctors with the masks on, being like.
Anyone would think you've landed in China with all there, because they all seem to wander around, with the masks and
Masks on.
pollution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can walk through the airport and you look like you're going to go get a fucking prostate check because everyone's going to be wearing gloves and just being like, woo! Like.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's. I don't know. It's deep. And then the few people I know has got a stressful. It's just everyone I talk to has got a stressful. It's like everyone's making changes for the better. Some for sure the better. And it's going to.
Yeah.
It's going to get them. Talk about the new PS5 and Xbox since literally made a box and called it a console. I would, mate. I'd talk about both of them, but I'm not really. I don't really care. That sounds so bad, but it's like
I don't really care on the aesthetics of them.
no.
Like the PS5 looks like a router.
Yeah, and the Xbox just looks like. The Xbox looks like my PC tower, minus the lights on it. That's
Or
it.
it just looks like the normal Xbox, the Xbox One just chopped in half a bit.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. No, it's not really something. We'll talk about it on gaming podcast more because
Yeah, we need to get that
it's kind of
figured out.
PS5 tried. They did try, like, but I don't think anybody cares. They're like, people just put them places, and then it's like I can't even see my Xbox One X. Don't even know where it is. I think it's underneath the thing. Like I never see it. All I do is turn it on with controller, and then never see it again.
Oh right, yeah.
That's it. That's it. But mate, we need to get into it. Otherwise, we're gonna sit here for 4 hours talking about video games, which I don't mind doing, but it'd be a bit weird.
For later date.
Yeah. But we'll get that sorted out soon. We'll go through it over the next few days on what's cracking off and getting it set up and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's you've got the top 10 list, haven't you? You got it in front of you.
Yeah, I've got it up now.
Right, read them out. Read the top 10. Like this is like UK as well, isn't it? Just UK.
Yeah.
Like this is gonna be so stupid. This is literally gonna be like tourist.
Yeah, most haunted places in England.
Yeah.
St. Braville's Castle.
Yep.
Chillingham Castle.
Yep.
The Whitby Abbey.
Whitby Abbey. I've been to Whitby Abbey. You can't really class it as being haunted because it's like it's ruins now, isn't it? If I'm right.
Yeah.
Right. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Tower of London is 4th.
Yeah, we're never getting in Tower of London other than on a tourist on a guided tour thing. Yeah.
Edinburgh's South Bridge Vaults.
No, haunted.
Black Swan Hotel, York.
Yep, haunted as well. I can attest for that.
Pendle Hill, Lancashire.
Pendle Hill, definitely haunted, freaky, and not really a place you want to go by yourself.
No. Hampton Court Palace.
Never been.
No. Philbriggs Hall.
Nope.
Alnwick Castle.
Nope.
That's them all.
I've tried not to go into a lot of castles because it's kind of like you have to be respectful, which obviously everyone is, but it's like because you're going into like a historic building, so it's kind of weird. So out of them, like it's so weird that they're all put like that, and then it's like you just got Pendle Hill, which is just weird.
Pendle Hill is 7th on the list.
Which is
I guess
strange.
there's no real order.
No, I don't think it is order, but it's like, but when they say most haunted, it's like, no, not even like Ramin's not on there. Like ancient Ramin, that's pretty haunted. There's a lot of forests that are more haunted because obviously more satanic worshipping happens in forests and like out of the way. Pendle Hill's like. I think it might honestly be the most.
Do you want me to read the description of it?
What, Pendle Hill?
Yeah.
Go for it, read it. Yeah.
Pendle Hill in Lancashire can be regarded as one of the most haunted places in England thanks to its connection to Lancashire witch trials.
Trials. Yeah.
Yeah, the location was home to 12 accused witches in the 17th century who were believed to have murdered 10 people. While one died during the trial, 10 of the witches were hung while one was found not guilty.
Not guilty. Yeah.
Today, the witches are said to haunt the buildings and village of Pendle Hill. Visitors to the ghost tours which take place are said to feel anger, with some even feeling like they were being strangled by ghosts' hands.
Yeah, it's not a nice. It's not a nice place. As a tour, as a ghost tour, like it'll be pathetic. It'll be a good history lesson, but nothing like. Especially when you investigate there, because there's
Yeah.
like odd little like, because it's in obviously me and you know what Lancashire is. It's quite an open. It's like countryside. It's a lot of countryside once you get in out there, like
Hills, yeah.
hills, stuff like that. So you're walking around and there'll just be like a random building in the middle of like a hill,
No barn, yeah.
and like you go in there at night. Yeah, it's just freaky. It's a freaky place to go. But ghost tours and stuff because there's a haunted weekend that happens there at Pendle Hill. So from Friday to Sunday,
All right.
and it's always it's ridiculously expensive. But like I said, people shouldn't be going on paid ghost things anyway. It's not a thing. It's not like just don't do it. But yeah, no, definitely. I'd say definitely haunted, but not by like random ghosts. Mainly by like say
No.
witches. So they've got a lot of witchcraft to do with it.
I had no idea that Pendle Hill was part of witch trials. I
Yeah,
had no idea until today,
yeah. It's kind of
since looking it up. Because obviously I've heard of the Salem
Salem
ones,
witch
'cause
trials.
that's you see on every kind of witch kind of movie.
Yeah,
Characters being called Salem, or even they're just mentioning it.
yeah. It's very. I think that's why people always feel like it's the same. Is because
Yeah,
everyone uses the same reference. It's the same. Not knowing that like the witch trials back then, like some of the witch trials, were like unmasked by the church because the Crusaders and the Knights Templars had too much power, so they used that to burn some of the Knights Templars at the stake as well. So they used the witch
yeah,
trials, not Salem witch trials, but they used witch trials to cover that up as well. So it's kind of I don't know. It dates back forever, but it's I'm always a big fan of witch trials and witchcraft because like the way they were treated, like like the way that like they used magic to then do something that like the way they use magic, but then the way like humanity used like certain things to test if they were a witch, like drowning them, and if they float, they like you know what I
yeah,
mean. But everyone knows that if you drown someone, then they automatically once they're dead in the water, they automatically float. So the like the logic behind trying to figure out if they were witches or not, it just was just ridiculous. It was just like you might as well say, oh, if I chuck an apple at your head and it breaks, you're a donkey. No, no, it's not how it works, is it, mate? It's not. It's not even close to being
yeah.
how it is. But it's yeah, they like that's just like your most touristy list going like that list of the because some of the places you're not even going to be able to get into.
No.
So it's like as I'm saying. So you got that, but then like 30 East Drive's a big one, like a big people like, and you live close to it, more closer than I do,
Yeah.
and that's like got some
Some definitely freaky stuff going on
yeah.
from what I've read.
When we passed it, it wasn't just like because it's just a regular council house, but it's never changed. Like it's never been lived in
Yeah.
since all of it happened. Like the next door neighbor is the keeper of it. She keeps like the house, and she goes in, tidies it and stuff, and keeps it thing. So the neighbor, but it's got a chain on the door handle. It's like locked. It's like locked with a key, but then
Yeah.
chained and then padlocked as well, so no one can
Oh
get in.
god.
So it's not a nice place. It's not a nice place at
I'm
all.
I'm still not 100% sure as to what happened there.
Uh,
'Cause I've been trying to find what it is, but they're just giving a quick reference as to what's happened rather than what caused there to be a possible
I don't
thing
think
there.
I don't. It's so there'll always be like random theories. Like you'll never know truly, no matter how long you dive into it, how far the history goes. You'll never get into where it started. Did it come with someone? Obviously, it's not the house. The house is not the issue because the house is just a
No.
regular house. If you drove past it, you would have no idea what was going there. It just looks like any other house that you come across. But so if I'm like putting logic to it as well, it's got to be an attachment. It's got to be someone who's lived there, attachment. Because the person who lived there before everyone else, he also died as well. So I don't know if it was attached to him or it was attached to someone else, and then it like became like not the house, but then it was like because it was attached and it died. It was just like demons and stuff tend to just stay where they are. They're just like, I'll just stay here until the next person comes in. The next person,
Yeah.
and then it just keeps attaching itself because it's got what it wants. But it's yeah, most things are like really hot, especially hauntings and stuff. You really have to dive into like proper like history. Like you have to go to some because you look on the internet and it gives you the most boring fucking answers going. It's just like you say vague. How vague is it that it's it's
Well, it's just
changing.
giving us slight backstory of things to see where it is, and that there's people have or like Philip and his grandmother first witnessed a baffling phenomenon: a fine layer of chalk line dust falling, not from the ceiling but from a level below the head height.
Yeah.
And it's like it gives you a half decent story, but then it doesn't quite say anything else. It's just saying like the cupboard shake violently. There's what is it? Plants leaping out of their pots on the landing, on the stairs.
Yeah, it's not a
Photographs being slashed with sharp knives, and endless lists of levitating and thrown objects,
object.
including solid oak sideboards.
That's what I'm saying. So it's definitely a. It's still vague even with that. It's just like you don't know really what's going off with it. There's definitely. I presume like there'll be definitely more haunted places than that. Than
Yeah,
uh, than these, but you got to find them. Like I say, it's most of these like haunted places are just like, uh, like you got like people have got out. Like I get it right. England, it's got like old buildings and stuff, but you got to get out of this whole thing of like every pub's haunted, and like oh, it's like
oh god, no.
like no one cares if your pub's haunted. No one. It's not a thing. It's like not. It is a thing. Don't get me wrong, but it's like that very like. I think everyone's seen it on TV, and certain things that they just get into this whole mindset of like weird because obviously my sister's owned like too many fucking pubs at this point, and she obviously I'll take her word for it because she's a bit sensitive when it comes to that because obviously she used to do ghost hunting and stuff. So it's
Yeah,
like when she says, "Oh, I think my pub's haunted," I'm just like, okay, like okay, like yeah,
yeah.
you're reasonable, you're logical, you're not just gonna be like, oh my god, my pub's haunted, and you're just like, no, just not even like, not
There's
even
another one that's kind of got me piqued my interest a lot.
one of them.
Is the Dog Suicide Bridge in Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
It's overturned bridge,
Right.
and supposedly dogs have just gone up and leapt straight over the top.
What to the death?
Yeah,
How far's it down? Is it
oh,
water, concrete, like in a
50
valley?
feet down. 50 feet down.
Yeah, that's kind of mad. That's kind of
And supposedly the dogs have just fallen and just jumped over, being injured and dying, landed on rocks 50 feet below. And no idea why.
I couldn't
There
tell
have
you.
been claims of ghosts and other supernatural causes. Researchers have described the story of dogs committing suicide off the bridge, for example, of folklore and urban legends. However, you've got people's dogs just jumping off.
It could be.
For
This is so weird. See, why my life is weird. Like, and I'm being serious. So we were talking about this last night. How crazy is that? Not obviously not me and you, Tom.
I was going to say,
Me and Madeline were talking about it last night. This exact same thing of being like animals dying, and then people like the communication between two of them and what's trying to figure out and stuff. So that's weird. It's so weird. It's been happening to me for everything I talk about always comes back to me like the next day. But it's I don't know. Like dogs are weird. Like you know because they act different to environments. So it's a magnetic. It could be magnetic field, like disturbance that makes them
yeah.
like you don't really know. It's a bit unusual though. Like it's very
Oh, yeah, it's definitely strange. And like I say, people have claimed that there's paranormal activity at the bridge, so
but it's
that's just what made me bring it up.
it's one thing I never do. So I never do things like bridges, anything like
Bridge related.
anything that you can die from, which sounds so stupid, but it's like the risk that you have to
Why
do.
risk it?
Like yeah,
Yeah.
it's like it's a moment where it's like, why am I doing this? Because it only takes like some sort of like possession, like the minute possession, for you to just be in a trance and then just step straight off it. So it's very nope. It's not. It's not a good thing to do unless you want to do it. It's all right. It seems interesting, but like I said, I have no idea about like animal spirits or anything. So when people bring up like these places where it's like you say like dogs jump off and like commit suicide for no reason and stuff, it's like I wouldn't even know where.
No
I can't
idea.
even mention on it. I wouldn't even know where to begin because it's not my field at all.
Well, I'm just trying to read a quick bit about it, but it's like there's no people or anything like that that have done anything similar or
No, it's just
whatever. It's just dogs.
yeah. It's a weird thing. It could be. This is gonna sound stupid. It could be like alien related because got a lot of animals react different to something alien,
Yeah.
which is kind of weird. You know where Rendlesham Forest is?
No.
No. So it's probably one of our most famous UFO sightings.
All right. Yeah.
Right. But even that, so I was with my friend when I was uh, doing silly things. Let's just say that. I don't really want to bring up what I was doing. Doing drugs. People who might as well get it out there. Not doing it, but going to like take drugs to someone. And
Yeah.
we decided to walk through Rendlesham, and it's creepy. It's the most creepy forest. It's beautiful, but it's got this creepy feeling about it. Whether it like minus the alien stuff, but like his dog was having none of it. Like none of it. Like it take it off the lead, and it wouldn't leave its side. Like wouldn't run, do anything. It'd walk right next to him.
Yeah.
So it's creepy
If a
forest.
dog doesn't want to do it, you know there's something going off.
Yeah, but
Something doesn't seem right.
it's one of them forests that are like symmetrical. You know when you stood in it, like
Yeah.
there's at a certain point it's like random, like nature would grow, but then you get to a point and all the trees are in like perfect unison and they just run parallel down, and you're just like, and it's so freaky. It's such a freaky thing to see.
Yeah, I can imagine. In fact, I think I've got an image of it now. Yeah, it's just like rows and rows and rows and rows. Like you
There's
said,
a
it's just
there's a military base there, so it understands why uh, it's why some trees have been planted that way. But it's too freaky.
hmm
It's such a freaky thing to witness.
yeah. You just looking at it now kind of creeps you out a little. Just not even being there, just seeing pictures.
Yeah, because it's like because like you take logic into it. Nature has some order to it, but it's random where it grows. So such a
Yeah.
so seeing things in unison and stuff just makes the whole experience just uneasy and just weird.
Well, they've got like a UFO trail there, aren't they? I think.
Yeah, there's certain things there and
Yeah.
stuff, but you don't want to do that. You just want to walk it like just go straight into a just just do what anybody else does. Anybody who sticks onto trails and stuff, daft, just go trunching through like brambles and stuff until you get where you want to go. I think that's the
Yeah.
best way.
I did that once in this wood. Ended up in a mud pit. So trying to get out of that, I almost left my boots and everything.
That's like that's crazy. That's I don't think I've ever had that encounter. I have seen some a creepy old building though, which was so random that so imagine me, uh, 17 years old, shorts on, like some weird, like just shorts because it was red hot. And back then we
Yeah.
didn't really care, and everyone was like, "Oh, we'll just go through, we'll go through here, and we'll just walk because obviously we're both country people, so we're just like we see a forest, we're like, fuck it, let's get in it." But everyone always wanted to stick to paths, and I'm like, I'm just going through here, so I come out the other side with like blood dripping all down my legs because I've been going through like ridiculous
Brambles
amounts
a
of
lot.
like brambles and like stuff like that, and I'm like, "Well, this is not good." And then I turn around because I'd been walking for about 20 minutes because everyone like, when you even now like people were walking like in this angle, so I was like, "Oh, well, if I walk like this angle, we'll come to a point."
Yeah.
Nope, nope. They must have gone like there and then like fucked off that way, and now I'm in the middle of this forest at like it's got to be coming to like 10 o'clock at night, and then
Mm.
I like step off this log onto this like stone thing,
Yeah.
and there's just this weird creepy house in the middle of the forest. That's just like the nature's took over it. It was so weird. I had like old porno magazines and everything scattered around it, and like it was so
It's like a Hansel and Gretel for teenagers.
yeah. Except from there's no candy. There's like a murderer sat in the corner with a knife, ready to fucking stab you or something. But it was weird. It was such a weird thing. It looked like it had just not like it wasn't from our era. Like there was just loads of
Yeah.
like a weird teddy bear, and it like don't even get me started on bears. So where I used to live, I can't believe we're bringing this up. I don't even know if I spoke about this. Where I used to live, there used to be a house across the road that was derelict and old. It was abandoned. I might have spoke about it in one of my YouTube videos, but we always used to like look through the letterbox, and like there was a bear, this big bear. Like I say big, you can't even see me being like big bear. You can't even see my hands on it. Probably like the size of my leg, like so big teddy bear. And it was just perfectly
Yeah.
sat on the bottom of the steps because you looked through the door, like the letterbox, and the stairs were straight in front of you, and it just used to sit there, and it used to move. It used to move around the house, which was
What
the
the
most
hell?
freakiest thing ever. Like, and I know like me, not your Scott mascot, Bromyard,
Yeah.
Liam. Who else was with us? Jake. Like a lot of us would like. It was creepy. You look through it, and it was one of them houses where like at night you'd walk past it and you'd just be like you want to get past it as fast as you can. But
Oh yeah.
it used to be
Definitely.
like it used to be on the stairs, and then it'd be in the window of the downstairs left room, so you could see it when you walk past the window.
It's almost as if it's watching you.
And no one had been in because the letters and newspapers were piled so high behind the door, you'd know if someone come in. And the back door was like fully locked and boarded up, so no one had been in. But it just constantly like kept moving, and then one day when we broke in through the back, because we're just, oh, I'm not, I can't say that on stream, no. So we just broke in the back because we were doing something, uh, and we went upstairs, like, and everywhere, because I was just like, oh, why are we here? Because we were a bit older then. I was like, we need to check this bit. There was no bear. The bear didn't exist. Don't know where it was. Couldn't have been
What the
taken
hell?
out. Nothing had been touched. Everything was exactly where it was. It was a freaky house. But like, so it reminded me of that. Like when I saw this bear in this middle of this woods,
Yeah,
I was like,
it's just moved.
is that the same bear that I saw like so many years ago? And and especially because we live near forests and stuff, you see the most creepiest thing in forests. So I can remember we call this trail the 8 Mile. It's not even 8 miles. It's like 6. I don't know why we call it 8 though. It's got a weird name. And at the top, what we call swinging gate. So it's like a gate that like a metal farm gate that you
Yeah,
have to get onto fields and stuff. So it was like that. But everyone just used to stand on it, and it used to just like someone used to run back with it, fling it off the thing, and it just used to fly people mileage. But there always used to be a pram, like an old
yeah.
Victorian pram up there, with an Ouija board sat in it, with
That's just weird.
like pentagrams and other sigils written on it, like on the pram.
Yeah,
But it wasn't like, it was in the middle of this wooded area, and we were just like, it was so, oh, it was so freaky. It was like, it's like these were like, when like these are the places that should be like top 10 haunted places in UK, not the Tower of London has about some creepy house in the middle of the woods that's got like pentagrams and like dried blood everywhere. That might be a bit like, that might
your
be,
typical kind of movie. I say, because that's the kind of stuff that you come across in a movie, isn't it? They always running through forest, and that's it. There's just a house
yeah,
on its own,
just
no one
random
around.
random house, and you're like not going in, but then you just go in anyway because you just like, fucking, why not? And it's, yeah, no.
It's better than staying outside, and then you just go, shit, this was not a good idea.
It was awesome. We did all like I know another haunted place as well. So where I took some videos of uh, certain things. I don't know why my phone's not charging. Uh, yeah, certain things. Uh, like if you go on my Instagram, you'll see it of them. Like, yeah, we were going down there and someone just fell through the floor into this weird old tunnel, which was
Oh, wow.
random as fuck. And they're like, that then became haunted. It wasn't haunted at all, but it became haunted because someone had gone down and labelled it as like, I don't know, anything creepy is haunted in it. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, people label it haunted because it's just creepy.
Yeah, you could have like a shoe that's like missing a shoelace, and it'd be creepy, and someone like, oh, it moves by itself, and you're just like, no. But it's like,
But you've got some guy hidden in a bush with a bit of that invisible cord stuff, and just pulling shoe out.
just pull it, yeah. So it's so obscure to like I think like most of it's just tourism. At the end of the day, is that's what it comes down to. It comes down to
Money.
like, even if you go to America, the tourist attractions for like the paranormal are shy. Like, they're not like, there's so many, like, you got Waverly Hills, that's not a tourist thing. Like, you got so many mental asylums that are, some of them are knocked down now, that are just not. You got what, asylums, sanatoriums that are huge, because obviously America was big into their being a bunch of dicks to people with mental illnesses, and like stabbing spikes through their eyes to give them fucking lobotomies and stuff because they're weird. No offense. Uh,
Yeah, I had a quick look at the Salem one, and there's loads of tours that you can do. You
yeah.
know, in Massachusetts,
Mhm.
and I think they've got their own like Salem museum and things.
Yeah, yeah. So it's that yeah, a lot of things are very strange when it comes to it. But then I don't know. It's kind of the just. I think it's just the norm now these days. Like it's. What do you class like? Come on, well let's just. What do you class as a haunted location? Something that's rich in history. The minute someone dies in it, it's haunted. Apparently, like it's such an unusual thing.
Yeah, it's, I don't know what you'd class as haunted. To me, it'd be if loads of random people have experienced something that wasn't particularly there. Do you know, like you said, that guy getting poked in the cheek?
Yeah,
Stuff like that, then I'd say it was haunted.
it was
But
definitely yeah.
it's like when I was a kid, we went on this boat ride and it was meant to be like a scary kind of
Mhm.
ghost ride thing, boat ride in York. But obviously, all it was horror time stories being told on a boat, and obviously the boat at night, the lake was at lake, the river was misty, and he was pointing things out, but it was like, but is it really haunted though,
Though yeah,
or are you just doing it just to try and scare people?
I, yeah. I think that's what most people do because it's like back when nobody knew what was going off with it. What criteria would you class it as? But now it's just like I don't even know. Like someone has seen something that like it could all come down to something that someone's misreading and misseeing. So like someone's seen
Yeah,
an orb of light, but it's just it might not be. I'm not saying you're all liars and fakes and stuff, but it's like it might not be. We know sometimes when light shifts in our eyes, it change like we see different. It's like looking at the sun for like 2 seconds. The minute you come off, it's you start seeing like a
bright bits,
reflection and
bright
then
lights.
bright
Yeah,
lights in it because it's kind of that. So it's the shift, and especially in darkness because it's our brain's trying to do pattern recognition always trying to figure out what it's seeing, and then you shift into something that's a bit lighter, and then you start to see things, and it's very it's an unusual thing there. But does that class it as haunted? Like what like what is a haunting these days? You know, is it just someone who's seen a ghost? Is it the fact that possessions happen there? Is it the fact that a demon lives there, or is it resides there? Is it the fact that satanic worship's gone off? Does it take somebody getting thrown against a wall? Is
yeah,
and I don't mean like because I know there's people who are like getting lost. There's different types of hauntings. Like there's always different types, but just your general like what the day to day person would class as a haunting. What do you class it as? Like what like for me, I'd be like, oh, it's like okay, like what like you know what I mean? Like what? Oh, I see an old man sat in a chair sometimes.
yeah.
Is it haunted or is it just an echo from the past? Like you know what I mean? Is it like what? It's such a daft thing.
But there's no hard and fast criteria to follow to say that something's haunted or not,
Hmm.
which makes it difficult to actually have an opinion saying it's a place is haunted. Okay.
Not this one, Tom.
No, I know,
Right.
but
Yeah. So it depends what you want to class as a haunting in that aspect. I don't know why my phone's not. I might have broke my phone to be honest with you. But yeah, so it's a weird thing. I don't think it's getting anywhere. Like you know, our last time I said it's just not. It's like it's stuck in this like weird place of it not being uh not being like hauntings, not being like oh you know what I mean? Like say we went to a castle. Like
Yeah.
what are the odds that we're gonna see any ghost other than someone trying to explain to us that there's ghosts there? There's just not. You're not like what are the chances? Like it's just like
But you've got to kind of stay there for at least a few days, if not longer, just to get an idea of what's going on, if anything. You could be there and it's only nothing actually ever happens.
exactly like it's there's a point where it's just like you're just doing it for tourism, and that
Yeah,
like
they just
that's not a good thing because then this is where all these lists come from. So people are just spending money for like no reason.
yeah, exactly. It's you look at all like I just did, go on the 10 top places in England, haunted places in England, and I bet you can book a tour if you really wanted to.
Yeah, exactly.
And obviously, some places you can't, like what is it, London? Is it the Tower? Tower of
Yep.
London. There we go. Yeah, you're not going to be able to get in there. Not a chance. So there's no way of actually proving. You've just got to take, I suppose, like people's word for it.
Exactly.
But who? What makes those people more qualified than, let's say, do you know, like the likes of you with your equipment and things?
Mhm.
But then you've got the Whitby Abbey. It looks like it could be haunted, but it's an abandoned abbey. So, and well,
Yeah, like
it's
it's just
supposedly home to 12 sinister beings, whatever that means.
like yeah. What do you class as sinister? Like someone who classes something as like screaming or something would be sinister. Like, but it's not. Like sinister is like someone chucking a brick at your fucking head. Like that's
Right,
sinister.
exactly.
That's like a
It just depends on the way this has been written, the way, bro, there could be nothing there at all. But it's just a way of getting people, to that area.
yep.
It's same with castles. Castles, there could be nothing there. But then you've got the likes of other places where you could have a complete sighting of everything, I guess. I say everything, just ghosts and whatever else.
Yeah, just like that's. I think that's why
It's
the the world of it is like different. Like there's like two sides to it because then you got the people like us who are just like very like that's not haunted. That's just a tourist attraction. It's not a
yeah,
thing.
and you've just got to kind of keep your eye out and yeah, if you want to be entertained about ghosts and things, sure, go on the tourist attraction because that's basically what they do. Tell you a bit of history and then keep you somewhat entertained.
Yeah,
However, if you actually want to find out if there is actually ghosts there, you need to do things on your own,
yeah. It's like just
or at least with people you can actually trust.
yeah. People who I think that's the biggest one out of everything is like you can't trust and like there's people looking on it. You can't trust the internet for what you want. I think we did it. I spoke about it yesterday was because I was speaking about spells and like certain Enochian things. We was going into angels and demons again, and then we come into like what spells do what. If love spells are real, depending on what it is, and like, and it's the same with that. You can't like, you can't just go on the internet and get a spell. Nope, it's not it. You know how many people have like, if I said to someone, nah, go on the internet and find me a spell that works. Like there's thousands of these like just weird things that just aren't true.
Well, I've just typed in spells, and you've got a plethora of loads of different things, and it's books, for instance. just alone here, there's view more than 45 books.
Exactly, and how many of them 45 books are actually real spell books and real spells, or they're just like people's nonsense? Because people don't understand, if you put love spells in, right? If there was love spells that existed, right, whether you believe in it or not, there'd be loads of people in love right about now. Because there's that
Yeah,
many spells. There'll be like over like 20,000 fucking searches or something, and it's just like it's all a crock of shit. These books are alright if you want to learn. Like the books I've got on my shelf are fine for they'll teach you the basics, but they're not like there to give you spells or anything. That's not what they do.
no.
And it,
Yeah, 'cause it's just a mind bending with all the different. It's trying to find just that one source that you can trust again.
again, yeah, and it's just done. It's the same thing. It's that whole, even it's like the tourist side of the internet. It's just like you're not. Are you really a witch? Are you this? It's that thing of like, are you really? What criteria do you have to class as for it? Like, say to be a haunting, or for you to be a witch, or for a spell to work, or something. It's not a. It's not something you do, especially where, because I know quite a few real people who do real witchcraft. They keep themselves to themselves. There's no like weird pictures on Instagram of them being like showing what type of books they've got or anything. It's not like they just keep themselves to themselves. They do what they do, and they move on. It's these people who you see, like especially subscription based. So there's I'm not gonna call out, but there's like subscription based like packages, like of the type of things you can get them from anything,
Yeah,
that they'll send you like witchcraft stuff, and I've looked at them, and it's like, but it's not.
which bits
No,
and which bits witchcraft.
yeah, which bit is witchcraft? Like what? Like you, I've seen people even post like, "Oh, this is my altar," and everyone's altar's different.
Yeah,
But off, it's just like you've not even got like the right stuff on it for even you having like 16 different crystals does not make you a witch. Like it doesn't
no,
even make you close to anything of that sort, that nature. But I think people just have their own ideas of what they want to do.
they just pick and choose the bits they like the look of.
Yeah, it's just like it's that cherry picking thing again. It's just, yeah, it's not. I think that's what people. I think that's what people do when they make these like top 10 lists. It's like they just randomly pick just buildings, just fucking buildings that
Old historic ones.
they have no business being in I mean, imagine booking your whole trip to go and see some ghost in the Tower of London. It's not happening. It's not happening. Sorry,
No,
it's not happening.
but it's like, why have they put castles on? Yeah, people are going to have died there and things because it's a castle. That's what happened
Yeah,
when it was actually used for its original purpose.
it's that. But it's that criteria again. Are they basing it off because how many people died there? Are they basing it off people seeing actual spirits who live there, like who like look after the castle? Some people will live there somewhere. Are they just basing it off the fact that it's just old?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
what?
It's just trying to figure out what it is they actually are say selling, but
Yeah,
like some of these castles, you still got people actually living in them.
exactly. Like so, it's
I don't
like
mean spirits. I mean actual people
actual physical human
living.
beings.
Yeah,
Uh, but yeah, no, I'm the same when it comes to just certain things. I don't know. It's such a weird thing. Like I say, it's not a topic you can actually ever get into fully because it's. I think people just want to make up their own their own stuff to what suits that need, and like that whole the whole thing. It's, you know, it's like it will come back into the paranormal in a minute, but it's the same thing when people are like, I want to go to England, like I want to visit England, but
Yeah.
then they're like, and then you ask them where you're going, but you know where they're going. They're gonna go, oh, I'm going to London. Trust me, people, London is not England. Like, not even like close. Like, not
No.
like it's not like, yeah. Don't get me wrong. There's good markets. There's like good things in London, but we're not known for London. We're known for our countryside and our historic like Roman baths and stuff. Which, guess what, aren't in London.
Yeah,
Like, but
they're all in the countryside.
it's that tourist thing. It's like what where do the people get these ideas from? That's like
People just want to go to the capitals.
just, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. That people, I like, it's fine, right? If you want to go ghost hunting, right, and stuff, and you want to go to these haunted locations, you just want to go to the ones that are mainstream. Have at it, or you want to go to the ones that you've seen on television, right? Have at it. But that's like you've got about as much logic as me trying to throw a fucking potato at an Eiffel Tower and knocking it over. It's not happening. It's not happening. So you got zero logic because you're taking it on face value. You're not taking the fact that everything's over exaggerated, and it's not. Like, I've been to some places, like not even ghost hunting. I've been to some places where people are like, "Oh, this is haunted. It's really haunted. Like, there's demons and there's all this," and they made it seem like it was crazy. And this is just me on a normal day being like, "Well, I live near there. Let me go." Like, no, no, no. What have you done? And then you
Yeah.
speak to them after, because they like the people you know, and you're like, what the hell? And like, I'm gonna give you some like background into the paranormal here, people, so don't get like too freaked out and annoyed when I say it. But so I know a few people who's done a TV show for paranormal. I'm not gonna call them out. I'm not gonna say the names on stream or anything because I'm about to call them out on it. But
Hmm.
like, I've watched them. Like, I've been in passing with them. I'm not really. I obviously don't stay in touch because we live like the other end. One's in Newcastle. One's in Newcastle. One's in Liverpool, and I'm in Nottingham. So it's too far to like constantly like hang out together. But yeah, they made
Yeah.
a show, and after it, I had sat down and spoke with them, and they openly admitted that it was just for money, like because it was money and popularity. That some of the things that was happening, they made it seem like 20 times worse than it was, just for thing. And that's what you got to be
Just for
careful about.
views.
That's what you got to be careful about. You got to, so like all these shows that are like, because you it look right, if you've seen one paranormal show, you've probably seen them all because everyone just goes to the same locations. And I mean,
Yeah.
it bores me, but it's because they can do like certain things to try and top the next person. It's like, oh well, another show was here before us, and they did something else, and then they try and take it a different way. And now you've got this like one building that's just no one wants to go to because it's like, I've seen it in every aspect it has to be. I don't need to go and witness it myself because like
Yeah.
TV's just ruined it. It's made it like it seemed like but it's that whole trap that people get into. Is like, it's not. How disappointed would that be? Like, just people have like hyped up a like haunted location for you to go into it and it just not even be like,
Oh yeah, it just that annoy me. If I'm honest,
yeah.
it's like they've made a big fuss. You go to see it in person yourself, and then it's almost just gone ha tricked you.
Yeah, like that whole. I don't even know. It's something I never do anyway. Like, it's no one should ever do. No one should ever be that drawn into things that they read about or see before you go do it. You gotta look into it. You gotta know that it's they're all the same. It's like if you could, like especially reading body language on the TV shows, because it's TV. Obviously, everyone I understand it's for television. Like this is what we're trying to get across.
Yeah.
But when they always sit down with people and do them little snippets where they're explaining what they've seen and stuff, and like half of them are just chatting absolute waffle.
Yeah.
Like, and I know because like you were you were doing an investigation with another paranormal team like a month ago, and you said something different. You know, if you put them all up, I need to sneeze.
Bless you.
Thank you. But if you put them all up in a row of different
Yeah.
investigations, but the same people who own the building, the story changes. It's continuously fluidly changing, and it's like and I'm not even that big investigator. Like there's people who's done this like for like 30, 40 years,
Yeah.
and they've got like the same issue. Is like it's just not like it's so stale. It's such a weird thing for something so unknown and so big to be stale. Because you know what it is. I think it's just the paranormal investigation side of things.
Yeah.
Because me, if it was okay with people, I'd be taking witchcraft in there. I'd be doing spells. I'd be like there'd be things written all over the wall, sigils for like opening portals and stuff. But people just don't
Yeah.
want to see that. People want to go in with this camera, and it's shaky as fuck, because everything's shaky. Because apparently people can't. And the minute they hear a bang, that's it. They're out. And that's just not. I think that's why I like if it was up to me, I'd do abandoned buildings, because then I could go. You know what I mean? I could go and draw on a wall what I needed to draw, or I could
Yeah.
go write a sigil, or I could do a spell, or we could do a proper seance. But because you're always in these, like you see it on TV, you see it with other people, you're always in these certain buildings. You can't. You're limited to what you can do. So it all just
Yeah.
seems,
Especially the historic ones that
yeah.
people can actually tour around.
So it all seems fake. It all seems like so fake, and it's just
Yeah.
like no one makes it better. Everyone's there for the like say the same reasons. Like me, preferably the people who don't do TV and don't do movies, unless you're a movie star. Let's just say like take movies out. If you don't do TV and you're not bothered about YouTube or anything, they're the real people. The people who do like TV show, you've sold yourself out. You've become technically a part of the problem. No matter how good you are, how respected you are as an investigator, that's not what we're saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not trying to take that away from people, but you've sold, you've become a part of why it doesn't get perceived as being real. Because the minute
Yeah.
you're on a TV show, and we know this because it's reality. Technically, it's classed as reality TV. People will automatically go, "Oh, it's fake. You faked it."
Yeah. And the way it's being edited, the way they host it, just everything just seems over the top.
Yeah, and you don't technically you don't ruin your career. You're in the big, like you're still respected. I know a few people who are big investigators, but I still respect them as investigators. But there's a part of me like, nah, you're the issue. Now you're the issue why no one gets taken seriously, because you can sit there and go to everybody, oh, it's real, like, oh, what we do on TV is real, but we know it's not, you idiots, because it's TV. Like, it's for TV. Like, TV, they don't care about if it's real or not, they care about rating. I think that's what people forget, especially, like, I'm gonna, I should, you know, an emergency channel broadcast where it just cuts everyone's TV off. This should be me talking to people being like, ghost hunters who do telly, right? We are not stupid, right? You can sit there and go, oh, it's real, right? Which a part of it is, but we know a part of it's not, because the television companies don't care if you're real, if you're wearing a freaking giraffe costume running around ghost hunting. They care about their job is to care about numbers, ratings, and how much money you make. And if that
Yeah,
means
exactly.
that means you have to sell a bit of your soul to be like more scared or more thing, we know. The people who don't know, the people who believe it 100%, they're delusional. They're in this own little world.
That's why I could never be on a TV program or anything like that. For the simple fact, I I don't have that kind of personality that's eccentric and will go and super hyped emotions and pretend they can be scared, anxious, whatever it is.
Yeah,
They can just switch emotions. No, I'm just kind of somewhat just the same basic level.
yeah.
And
It's such a I don't know. It's weird. It seems like honestly, if everyone could have it their own way, it'd be chaos. Like I'd happily walk into like a historical building or a haunted location as people class it as, and just be like, stop. Like, just I get it's for tourism and money and stuff. I get it, but Jesus Christ, like. Sometimes you think if you take these people into the actual real world of like voodoo and necromancy and
they'd never
satanic
sleep again.
worship, they'd crumble. They'd be like, "What the fuck is this?" And it's like, well, if you want real, like I think that's what the issue is now as well. Is that because everyone fakes it so much that the minute something real hits, it, people just don't know how to handle it.
No, that's like the same thing with just telling the truth.
Yeah,
They just don't know how to handle it because they've had so many people just agree with them or
just
whatever
just yeah,
rather than call them out.
just certain things. Like if I was to just like I could turn my camera now, boom, to that wall there,
Yeah,
right, and literally just I could start taking like layer after layer of paint and wallpaper until you can see all like because most people don't know that my whole room was full of sigils when I left like satanic stuff like and I mean like runic to Latin to Aramaic to like on that wall there, so to my right, to
yeah.
then the one behind my telly and my monitor and PC that was full of warding against demons. Like my whole room was full of it. So like like this like for people to show you real stuff, you've got to be willing to just head first in.
Head
Otherwise,
first in with an open mind.
carry on with your fake shit. Carry on with it. No one cares. It's not a thing where people are caring about it. It's just you need to understand that you're a part of the problem.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Same with everything. Same with just I don't know. It's just life now, isn't it? That's just life. You've got the real side of it and then the fake side of it. And it's like us doing this YouTube thing here. It's like us doing this podcast for. It's like we're both just imagine both of us just sat here just making this shit up. Just imagine it, like because we wanted views and stuff. How crazy is that?
Oh, if we'll probably get more views.
Like I'd be scared. I'd be scared the fact that well, one I could sit here and talk logical facts about. I'd be a psychopath. That's what I'd be. I'd be a psychopath.
Yeah.
I'd literally be like, it'd be bonkers. It's just like, just get over it. Just like we should just get them all. Should get all the people who like just do it for like the wrong reasons. Like we should get them all in a room, and I should just get loads of people I know who do like weird satanic worship and stuff, and do some like satanic ritual, and let's see how they cope after that. Let's see if they can just like you know what I mean? People wearing like masks, like weird masks, naked, like animals being sacrificed. And then let's see if they're okay with real, like with real.
To be like, oh shoot, get me out of here.
No, yeah, exactly. They're gonna be like, oh, all these people are crazy. This is not. And it's like, but it is. That's. I'm sorry, but that's the world of the paranormal. Like nothing's this sweet, like what everyone perceives it to be put out there, and it just. That's dumb. It's such a dumb thing. It's like I don't even know what you want to even class as paranormal anymore, or just like I say, I can't even tell you to this day what I class as a haunted building. Just wouldn't even know.
No, because there's literally no criteria to follow.
Mm, mm. It's too much criteria.
Well, yeah, there's too much of it. I say no criteria. I mean, yeah, literally too much.
Yeah, like yeah, there's no
There's
none that
no
you can
there's
no like specific thing.
yeah,
It's just messy, which it is. It's like it bores me. It bores the fuck out of me because I'm just like you've oversaturated a thing that's never going to be the same anymore. It's come to the point where it's just too. There's too much. There's just too much. There's like 18 different versions of what someone thinks a poltergeist is. There's like 30 different versions of what someone thinks a medium is and what medium abilities are, but we've been through half of them are fucking full of shit anyway. There's fucking like is an EVP on a digital recorder an EVP? Is that what it is? Is it something else? Or when I'm using like an Ovilus or a spirit box, like is it a ghost talking because it's going through radio frequencies? Is it not something that just radio's picking up and just
yeah,
pattern recognition is making us just think what it is? There's so much like craziness that like at this point, if I'm going into a building that's like supposedly haunted, I'm sorry, I'm like to get me on fully on board of like you're like, so if I come in and then someone's like, oh, there's a demon or something. I'm sorry, I want to get slapped in the face. I want to get stabbed or scratched by it, and then I'll be like, well, you know what, you might have something here. Like you might actually
yeah.
not
That's a start. That's a start.
not oh I've took this video and you see it and it's fucking like, and then it's like the room gets like where the camera is goes a little bit darker, but you don't know if it's because
Yeah.
it's trying to autofocus on something or not, and you're just like, what am I looking at? What I've gone through crazy amounts of footage for other people. I've been sat here going through it for some streamers as well because there was some streamers had some things that when I go into their streams and tell them they're like, oh, I've got this weird. I look at it and I'm just like, what? It's like, oh, that little thing there that goes across the screen, and it's just like, have you really wasted like 2 hours of my life for you to show me a fly going across the screen? But because it's in IR light,
Or a speck of dust or
yeah,
whatever.
because it's IR, it reflects everything. So it's just like some like no,
Yeah.
no, just stop. Like it's crazy. It's crazy to think what people, the extent people will go to. I don't even know anymore. I don't fucking know. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. How could you go about monetizing doing uh, ghost hunting without it becoming fake?
You can't. You can't. You physically can't. The minute you start the minute even if it's like for videos, or for tours, or for paid ghost investigators, the minute you start charging people, you're charging someone to investigate the unknown,
Yeah.
like which most people don't believe in anyway. So it's like you can't like I don't care if you've got a business to run, fuck you and your business. Like like no one cares. Like you're so like you're so you're so off tilter that it's embarrassing. And the people who go there as well is like the most generic people ever. You know, if you, we should all go on one. I'll pay like £300 for us all to go on an investigation, a paid one, and you'll understand. Like they're just the type of people that are there that are just like
Just record it.
holding dowsing rods upside down and stuff, and you're just like, my head hurts, my head hurts. You don't even know what you're doing. Like, but they've been to every single one of them. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
I've been here, I've been to this, like, I've been here, I've been there, I've been there. And it's like, but have you truly been there, or have you been to these locations with this company, who, I'm sorry, didn't even know what a sigil was? So, get out of here. Like,
Are you for real?
Yeah, they didn't know anything. They're like they knew like nothing at all. That was
It's
embarrassing.
more or less just a bloody party trick, then, isn't it? Really,
Yeah, it was like it was
just a kids' party kind of thing.
it was just stupid. It was such a just a. Oh, I want more. You're lucky I didn't want my money back. I'd have been like, if it was up to me and we didn't drive for like an hour to it, I'd have
Yeah.
left. I'd have left within the first half an hour we got there. I'd have just
Oh
packed up
wow.
and gone because it was embarrassing. It was. I felt like I don't even know what I felt like. How can I explain this? I explained it in one of my videos, but I was ranting. It felt off. It felt like such.
Forced.
Yeah, it felt like I was on like a TV show. You know when you do like a murder mystery party with all your friends?
Oh
It
yeah.
felt like that feeling, like I was like, is someone gonna come out dressed as a ghost and be like, woo? I was like, you gotta be kidding me, right? You can't train. And they were like, oh, we're training someone. You can't train someone in that environment. It was shambles. You've got that many people there. You've got people who believe, who claim to be psychic, claim to be mediums. You've got someone who doesn't know what the fuck a sigil is. You've got someone just does the wrong. That is not a good environment for
No.
to get anything done. Like you wouldn't even be able to get a game of fucking dominoes done at that point. Like I'm sorry, just like it's like you can't have 12 people doing automatic writing on one bit of paper when it's just not a thing. Like it comes down
No.
to one person, a medium, do like automatic writing because they're picking up on stuff and they just write. It's bonkers. It was such a just a it's just a waste of time. I don't know. You know, because it's lockdown and because I've
Yeah.
not done it for so long. I'm just like, am I wasting my time? You get to these points now where it's like this is make or break for me. It's like, am I wasting my time doing it? Like from now
Yeah.
on, like is it just a big fucking? Is it pointless to just do it? Like don't get me wrong, I've not lost the drive to go do it. I've not lost the. Obviously, it'll be always something I want to do, and keep on doing. And like I'm not gonna just go there miserable. Like I'll always be excited and just certain things. But there's a part of me that's just like, what's the point anymore? What's the is it? But I just think it's where we are with it. It's same with gaming. I'm like, what's the
Yeah.
point? What's the point of like sitting here?
Well, it's like things are winding down, isn't it? Because new consoles coming out end of year, so you're not going to get any new. You're not going to get many, if any, new releases this year for the Xbox One.
Exactly. So it's such
But
a I don't know. I think it just goes into everything, doesn't it? It goes into like the whole.
Stonehenge has me interested,
I've been there.
but I don't know if that will be haunted or what was the purpose of it or
Uh,
what.
so criteria, if you want to put in criteria, yeah, it'd be haunted because there's burial mounds close to it.
Right.
Uh, but not a lot. But then like people misunderstand that that a hench is just a like a up bit of dirt that goes round
Yeah.
the thing. So that's what a hench is. So people misunderstand that henches look like burial grounds, like burial mounds, but they don't. Blah blah blah. Do I think it's haunted? Probably not, because it maybe you can't investigate it. That's the thing, you know, because you're not allowed inside of it.
Yeah.
There's a limit to how far you can get to it. Because it's got tied because it's pagan. We know it's pagan. We know it's got stuff to do with the solstice, so the winter and summer solstice.
Yeah.
And we know that it might have been where people came to die, like a funeral place. You know how we have churches to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
People think it's got some ties to like people bringing dead bodies there, whether it's for sacrifice or whether it's for burial or whether it's for that time of mourning, because
Yeah.
loads of people would gather there.
Part of me wishes I could go back in history myself, like a Bill and Ted kind of thing,
Yeah.
and see what these places got used for, or how it was built, for instance, just so I have these answers. 'Cause it's like space is never ending and things like that. It just makes your mind just go boom with questions and figuring things out. I
Yeah.
don't think we're ever going to get the answers.
No, for sure. Like not speculation through history, and even like Stonehenge will always be one of them mysteries that no one ever figures out fully. We know it. We know a lot about it, but not for its sole purpose of
Yeah.
being what it is, and we can only understand it to our level of intellect. So that's why people get why people get confused on space a lot, because you said like because it's infinite, and then people try and explain infinite to you, but you can't. It's physically impossible to explain infinite. You can't do
Yeah.
it. You physically cannot do it. So it's like, but people try so hard and they'll argue with you. It's like, but because it's infinite, then this, and it's like, no. If it's infinite, that means there's an infinite amount of possibilities. There's
Mm-hmm.
endless possibilities, which means, like,
Look at all the
I can't
possibilities.
even explain that. That's the best I can do. I'm not even a freaking physicist, and I'm just like, it's infinite, so it means it goes on forever, which means there can be infinite possibilities. There can be infinite amount of Earths in theory. There can be infinite. That's as
Yeah.
much as I know. Anybody else wants me to explain it better than that, you've got about as much chance.
For all we know, a black hole could be just a tunnel to get from one side to another.
Yeah, but we just don't know.
Oh no, we've no way of knowing.
We just
But
don't. We we know that it'd destroy us, like molecular, like
yeah,
on our level, because that's how it works. Because it warps and bends time and space. But after that, we don't know. Like, do we stay destroyed? Do we get rebuilt? It's just that it's with space. You got to have a blunt end, otherwise
yeah,
you start speculating. So that's why a lot of scientists, especially my sister, she won't budge on it. She'll be like, you can't survive a black hole, because in her eyes you can't, because she's a scientist and stuff. So she's like, it's not something you can do,
no,
which is good, which is okay, which is fine. But because I come from a different side of it, I'm like, well, this could happen, this could happen. But you can't. I'm not going to argue with her, because like she's right, because that's what she does. But
but yeah, there's lots of theories, but it's from our point of view here on Earth, it just decimates you.
it's
Just
pointless.
gets
Yeah,
rid
it's
of
such
you.
a pointless thing. It's literally like space travel for us is just not. It's not even. I know we're doing it now. Obviously, we're getting back into it, but it's not.
Yeah,
It's not. It's same with paranormal. They're all the same. They're all the unknown. And as humanity,
we need to fix what's on this Earth before we go after the unknown.
well, no, it's the time thing. As humanity, we live like a blink of existence, like a blink compared to the universe, compared to
Oh yeah,
everything else, compared to the paranormal. The paranormal that witchcraft dates back like 300 years and shit. We won't be here. We won't be here.
no,
Everything will go past us living. So it's like this thing of like, I think that's always the question: is do we try? Do we try to like do anything? Is it pointless? Is it such a pointless thing to try and understand the understand ghosts, when eventually we'll find out? So all you gotta do is wait till you die, and there you go. You'll find out if you're gonna be a ghost or not. But then it's and then like with space, it's like, oh, are we ever gonna be able to travel at light speed? Like 'cause obviously planets that are similar to Earth in like atmosphere and stuff that we're livable on are like 300 light years away.
yeah, our body wouldn't even be able to cope with it unless we can just teleport.
We wouldn't, yeah, we'd have to travel at the speed of light, and that's not happening. That's not happening. And like it's not in our generation, not in tomorrow's generation, unless we find some weird way to. I, yeah, we'd have to like bend it. We'd have to figure out how to just make a device that bends space and then just travel through it like a wormhole. That's the only.
Yeah.
That it's just that thing. That's just that reasonable like awkwardness that people just I don't know people just get lost in it, and that's why I just say, look, right, don't try and understand the paranormal when it comes to ghosts and stuff. Don't try and understand it because you're not gonna understand it. You'll never understand it. We'll never understand why a ghost haunts a building because even in like different states. So there's said to be different states of. So there'll be spirits who are still living their death scene over and over again.
Yeah.
And they're like trapped.
They're tormented.
Then it's speculated that if you die quick, you don't know you're dead, so you're still playing out your life that you think it would, but you just don't know you're dead because it happens so fast. And then obviously there's ones that know they're dead, but I presume that's because it's prolonged, gone on for a prolonged state of time, which means that they've accepted that they're gonna die. Like this, you can't understand it. You can't physically understand something that's unknown with unknown in it. It makes
I think that's why people like investigating these things from scientists to ghost hunters. Because it always keeps that curiosity going, doesn't it? 'Cause of the unknown.
Yeah, it's such a. That's why I got into magic, not the Gathering people. Not like I've into that as well, like but magic in general because it's whether people believe it or not. It's that I was brought up in this fantasy world, and it makes life so much. Because I'd me preferably I'd prefer to be on the unknown side than be like obviously I have a logical brain, but I don't want to be one of these like people who are just like no, science is everything, science is this, science is that.
No.
Because then it takes your imagination off of things that might actually be possible. Because you start picking sides, you start transitioning from like what's real and what's fake, as in like logic or science to not science. Then you start to just take away people's belief, like without knowing it. So I know a lot of scientists who like discount a lot of things that people have seen or something, which they've got no right to do because they've not seen it.
Yeah.
But because they're so like their mind's so scientific, and because we're talking about an unknown, I'm not talking about a topic that they know something of, like flat Earth or something. They know like shit. Like I'm with scientists on that one. Like you lot are just like lost the plot. But when it comes to an unknown topic, scientists always rely on something that they know. And in doing so, they unconsciously discount someone's belief and faith, and you can't do that. You can't. It's not. It's so disrespectful. I think that's why some scientists get a bad name for themselves, because they don't mean to do it, but the way they do things is so disrespectful because it seems like they've not got an imagination and they've not got this way of being able to be like logical and free flowing and stuff.
Yeah.
Because people always say, so we'll bring it in like people like, oh, what's like science, like you can't be a scientist and then believe in God, but you can, because one's just faith, that's all it is, and then one's just science. It's like it's such a weird thing to get into, and I've had arguments with my sister about the most dumbest things because she's just like, it's just that scientific brain is just it's non-stop of just crazy, just like craziness of just, I don't know, it makes it so hard to do anything. Like,
yeah,
I'd love it to take her on an investigation. Well, she actually brought it up for me. She was just like, oh, do you want to go and stay in this haunted prison for a night? And I'm just like, yeah, but not with you, because like I don't like. I don't know. It'd be fun. It'd be fun to get them all in there, but I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird what they want to class as. Yeah, I don't know. It's just the unknown, isn't it? We should just get everyone into the unknown. We should do a. I don't know. We should do some weird stuff.
Some weird stuff.
Just some weird stuff, just to just. Like I think that's. I don't think there's enough weird stuff out there in ghost hunting terms to just like. To get everyone intrigued and stuff, because we can do some weird stuff. Like I mean, like.
You probably have me freaked out.
Like name one paranormal show or something that's tried to summon a demon. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's just get in a room and let's just try and summon a demon. Or
But even if they did, they'd have to cut out a little bit of it so people don't replicate what you're doing.
yeah, I think that's the biggest thing as well. Is that that's why I don't think that's why it's not on TV. Like people aren't walking around drawing sigils or people aren't videoing like satanic rituals and stuff because they just don't want to. They can't take the risk of it. Like it one being it real and then two, like you say, replicating something.
You're going to get some idiot that goes, oh, let's replicate it, and then obviously they're going to get it wrong. And shit goes pear-shaped.
And we know this from people doing a Ouija board. Someone sees an Ouija board and they're just like, oh, let's do one. And then they do one and then fuck it up and now they fuck for the rest of their life because you've done some mad, crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's kind of mad of just being, mate. Sorry, I'm like banning people from chat because they're driving me crazy. And
Yeah,
not
no
because
worries.
it's just trolls. It's literally just people on like silly accounts with no followers and no pictures or anything, just being idiots. But yeah, so it's such a hard thing to grasp. I'm not banning you, mate. Don't worry. Like you're not. Yeah, you're alright, mate. It's just I know when I see like a troll account to someone with a normal account, but it's that I don't know. We should just I don't know. We should. That's why, mate. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna fuck it up. We're gonna get Scott on the next one, or maybe, and then we just need to get like a group of
Need to
people.
get him to set up his stuff.
Yeah, set it up.
Hopefully he's got it set up, but yeah, well, should be able to
Get
get him
onto it. We need to get Tristan on if you can keep his normal, like not his over a crazy self on and says dumb dumb stuff that will get us banned.
Yes, definitely.
But especially because it'd be fun to see around like a good group of people just have like a conversation, not just a conversation on the paranormal, just the belief system in it as well of being like, what do your classes crazy stuff happening?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird that you'd like
Also, people have different expectations of what they think's going to happen.
yeah.
Like my views could be different to Scott's views or Tristan's views,
Yeah,
or it could be the same.
yeah, whether it's logical or illogical, it comes down to your view on something that you're never gonna be 100% with until you go do it, until you physically get out and go do it, and that's what these things go like you say, your top 10 haunted buildings and stuff. It's like you say, like you really want to go for your first time to go to like the most generic
Haunted places in England.
haunted places in England that's not even haunted. Like wouldn't even like because a haunting's like it's meant to be like kind of like scary and like Pendle Hill haunted.
Yeah.
Like
Whitby Abbey. Probably not. Or is it?
maybe
It's a possibility, but I'm just looking at the picture of it now. I'd love to see what it looked like. Do you know, fully built?
fully
Properly,
built,
brand new.
but like it's just not like they're not none of them are just yeah. Like you can't class we as people we can't class what's haunted because we've all got different variations of it of what it's going to be, and it's not like for me it has to be the most like profound thing to be haunted.
Yeah.
Like, cause I like even like talking to parents and like and victims of like hauntings and stuff, and they're like, oh well, I see, and I'm just like I have to hold my tongue sometimes just listening to him because I'm just like everyone's been telling me so bad stories like oh they're going through this and then you hear it from the actual horse's mouth as we put it and you're just like really like that's not even like I wouldn't even class you as you being haunted. I'd just class it as you've got a ghost in your house. Like you know what I
Yeah.
mean? There's different people don't understand there's a difference between being haunted by something because it's that like when we say haunt, it's like a dread thing. It's like this ominous thing, not oh I see a like you say I see a on like odd occasions I see a woman in my room now and again. Like you know what I mean? It's such a crazy thing to just get into and stuff. But it's yeah I don't know it's weird. It was something I wanted to talk about when I was reading today. I was like we're going to talk about haunted buildings because I just kept you keep seeing them and you keep seeing them especially when I'm looking into what investigations to do and stuff. It's just like
It would not surprise me if people started seeing more adverts for them because, we're in a lockdown, so it's just a place to go
well mate that's
once
what
lockdown's done.
it's took off. It's literally took off. The minute lockdown happens, people have got nothing better to do than just
Troll the internet.
troll the internet and feed into this thing that's just not okay. And it's like, well, great, cheers for that. Like awesome. Like it's not really. Like it's not like America where you want to go and it's like oh you want to go see the Amityville house, like or the Exorcist house, or like like so they've got like haunted things where you can't just go in as like a tourist thing. It's not there's not a tourist guide to it. Like come on, New Orleans is literally caked in literally just in voodoo, in witchcraft, in like in so much stuff. Yeah, it's a tourist place, but there's like a slight difference to it. It's just I don't know. It was something that I thought because I was going to make a video on it, like a separate YouTube video on it about me ranting about dumb like paranormal locations that people just put on the internet just for just for notoriety or to try and make something not as scary into like a legend or something like like Slenderman. Whoever started Slenderman, and then it became this huge massive thing. It
Made
like
video games of it.
yeah, people try to do that type of stuff with locations, make these like certain locations like this grand like thing, and it's just not what it is at all. So I was gonna make a separate video on it, but then I thought, you know what, we'll just talk about a bit about it on podcast a little bit, and then the aspects of it, and then yeah, it was a yeah. But we're gonna end it there because it's 1 hour and 40 minutes, and
we said we were going to shorten them. 20 minutes
short.
isn't too bad.
20 minutes ain't bad. I think on the next one, if you want, well, actually, we'll discuss over the next few days about gaming podcast and when we want to actually get the first episode out. But for this, I think we'll dive into magic, as in like full on
hand kind of magic or the
like magic,
real magic.
like magic. So spells and stuff like that because it's
grimoires and everything else.
Because it's very interesting, and it's something that some people are interested about. It's not really a lot of things that get spoke about a lot. People just I've even done it. I broadly just like speak and then I skip over it because it's like you got to dive into it. You got to be in the right mindset and stuff. So it's kind of crazy. And I'll look up some like recent hauntings as well because I might try and get some like randomer on and something as well just to speak about a random haunting or something just to see what's cracking off. We'll figure it out though. But that is what episode 5 did you say?
Episode 5.
That is episode 5 done and dusted. Which felt like was non-stop talking forever, but it's alright.
I just kept asking questions, didn't I? So
I say
that's probably why you do all the talking, because I'm asking questions.
I'm just comfortable with like whatever, so it don't bother me. Don't bother people as well. So yeah, I don't know when what. I don't even know what day we're on. Wednesday. Yeah,
Yes, Wednesday.
we'll probably do the next one.
It was usually on a Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah, I might change it to a Saturday though.
Yeah, no worries.
Invite a guest next time, please. Yeah, I probably will, mate. If our friend can get it set up, then I'll get him in here as well. Just need to figure it out. But yeah, I might do Saturday because I might be busy Sunday. But if not, we'll do it Sunday,
Yeah, no worries. Just keep me in the loop.
and then we'll try and, like I say, we'll try and figure this gaming podcast out because at some point, gaming's literally gonna like blow up again because new consoles. New next gen's coming out and stuff. So that should be good. But other than that, I do appreciate everyone who's followed, hosted, shown some support. You all have. I hope I can speak English at some point. I hope you all have a good morning, even afternoon, night. If you're streaming out, we have a good stream as always. Like I say, we'll be streaming again. I'll be streaming again throughout the week. Maybe Overwatch, Smite, or if some other weird game comes out, probably that. I'm not really too sure about it yet. But yeah, today's episode was a bit different. It wasn't interesting. It's probably not the most interesting episode we've done, but it was just something that some people need to get out about haunted locations and stuff because it's just not what they're not what they are. But yeah, on that note, we will catch you either Saturday or Sunday. I'll keep everyone informed on Twitter or Instagram if you want to. Yeah, I know you only follow Fit Podcast, mate. That's all right though.
Thank you for the follow.
Yeah, if you want to keep in touch or have weird chats, I'm always open on Instagram or Twitter or anything else for weird paranormal chats. So yeah, just hit us up, either me or Tom, and then Tom will get in touch with me, or I'll get in touch with Tom, and we'll go from there. So I do appreciate everyone, and we'll catch you either Saturday or Sunday. Much love and peace.
Catch you later.